A shocking scene on Monday Night Football. The cameras over there. Aaron Rodgers with a severe injury. More on that in just a moment as we welcome you into NFL Live. Dan Orlovsky's here. We have Mina Kimes, Marcus Spears, Dan Graziano as well with us for the hour. Let's get back to Monday Night Football and the Jets and the Bills as we talk a little bit more about Aaron Rodgers. We'll hear from Robert Saleh in just moments with a little bit more as well. But Aaron Rodgers is 39 years old. It was a magnificent entrance to the field. But here's the first quarter, the fourth snap of the game for the Jets. And not good for Rodgers.
You would love to see that ball get out of his hands. It's quick game. It's three-step. Dwayne Brown, the left tackle, is cutting. You could obviously Floyd gets a hold of Aaron Rodgers, lands on him, and in the moment it doesn't look like anything. It's turned out to be the worst-case scenario. Obviously, you can see the medical prognosis or diagnosis of it. I'm not a doctor, but once he hops on the cart, you're going, this can't be good.
Yeah, as you see on your screen, Aaron Rodgers torn Achilles, and he is out for the year. Moments ago, Robert Saleh spoke about the situation.
I don't know why people are trying to put an obituary under our team name. You know, Aaron is an unbelievable piece to this whole thing, and we love him. But I think there's 52 other guys in the locker room, plus the 16 practice squad guys that believe that we can do a hell of a lot of good things here.
Okay, so as you might expect, our coach Robert Saleh there trying to paint a more positive picture, but I want to get our former players on this. Marcus, if you're on that Jets roster, what's going through your mind as your quarterback is carted off the field?
It's difficult. The perspective of your season just changed, and for as much as, you know, I love Robert Saleh and I understand where he's coming from, you're not winning the Super Bowl. And that's why those players, and that's why the media and the hype was surrounding your team, because Aaron Rodgers brought that to your organization and your franchise. That's why you expended so many things in order to get him into the building, and because you weren't happy with your current quarterback. Now, let me tell you something. I saw these guys last night. There's a lot of prideful guys that's on this Jets roster.
Yeah.
It's a lot of young talent that believe that they are still very, very good. But we know, y'all, this is a quarterback-driven league. They didn't chase Aaron Rodgers all over the country and wait on this notice to see if he was going to come because they wanted to win more games. They wanted to win a Super Bowl.
I agree with Marcus. Last night you're in the moment going, my gosh, is this real? And everyone knows, you feel bad. You feel bad for Aaron Rodgers, the football team, all that stuff. The truth is, as of today, no one cares. No one cares. I promise you this, the Buffalo Bills don't, the Miami Dolphins don't, the New England Patriots. Nope. When I mean they don't care, they're not going to feel sorry for our football team. And I think that's the message that Robert Saleh and like their leaders have to kind of get across is it's not like teams are going to spot us points because we lost our quarterback and they didn't. So the more that they can, and that's the brutal truth of the NFL. And the more that the players and the coaches can sit there and say, all right, our season's not over. Now, maybe the ultimate goal is going to be a little bit more far-fetched when it comes to winning the Super Bowl, but the season for this football team is absolutely not over.
Yeah, when you think about the scripts that everyone was writing about all of this, this just wasn't part of it, right? And that's the beauty and maybe the curse of football sometimes. I know that word curse is with Jets fans. Let's get to the rest of the game, what they looked like without Aaron Rodgers, because this was a roller coaster ride, certainly, as it was a marquee matchup on Monday Night Football. We pick it up in the second quarter. Josh Allen improvising, finding Stephon Diggs in the back of the end zone.
The good Josh Allen, the high-level Josh Allen, the athletic playmaker out on the perimeter and firing that ball where only Steph could catch it.
To the fourth quarter, Allen looking for Gabe Davis on the right sideline, but Jordan Whitehead has other things in mind. His third interception on the night.
There's no one open on that play to that side of the field. Now, I don't love this concept to the field because there's so much room for the safety, Whitehead, to track it, who had an unbelievable evening. But with the leverage that he plays in relation to Gabe Davis, I didn't like that decision by Josh.
He got $250K for that, as you saw Phil Yates pointing out. Zach Wilson targeting Garrett Wilson there. Beautiful concentration for the tutty. Have we seen anything like this? The DB and the wide receiver at the same time?
One of the greatest catches that I've ever seen in my life, playing DB and wide receiver successfully at the same time.
6 seconds remaining. The Bills still have a chance to tie things up, and Tyler Bass clanks it, but it falls through to tie it up, and we head to overtime in this wild matchup.
Gibson on the return, near side. I don't see any flags. Gibson inside the 30, hits the Jets, and he's gonna go. Jets win it. Touchdown, rookie Xavier Gibson. Game over.
Joe Buck on the call there. Xavier Gibson, punt return touchdown. And here's Robert Saleh on the quarterback situation.
Lost his 39-year-old quarterback.
Obviously, we know it's torn. That's been confirmed. But as far as everything else, I'll have to get back to everybody on the rest of it.
Robert, do you guys plan to add another quarterback here in the coming days? And if so, what caliber of quarterback are you looking to add, and what will his role be?
Yeah, we are going to look through some things, but I do want to make it very clear. Zach's our quarterback. We got a lot of faith in Zach. We're really excited about his opportunity, but we're rolling with Zach and excited for this, excited for him, and like I said, this opportunity that he's going to get.
Okay, Dan Graziano, is that really true? What are you hearing about the plans for quarterback for the Jets right now?
Yeah, my understanding is that is the plan as of now, is to go forward with Zach Wilson, give him a chance to show that he can do it. They feel like he's made a lot of strides this offseason with the new coaching staff, with Aaron Rodgers there helping him along and helping build back his confidence. So they think he's going to be in a position where he can be better than he was last year, and he can get better each week. Now, Laura, down the road, if they get through a few weeks and he looks like he did last year, they may have to change their plan and see what's available in terms of veterans who might be able to come in and help them. But as of now, that is not their mindset. They want to throw their support behind Zach Wilson and build him up to hopefully help, quarterback this otherwise extremely good team to positive things.
Well, they've got the Cowboys next week, so while I can't predict the future, I do not think it's going to look very good. This notion that Zach Wilson can show progress, I think, is going to be hard to come by. To me, sticking with Wilson this season would be a big mistake. They need a caretaker. Zach Wilson, since coming into the NFL, has the second highest interception rate in football. Last night, he threw one of the worst interceptions I've seen him throw. The idea that he's progressed was immediately undercut by what he did on the field. I know, in a tough situation. Since coming into the NFL, he has been the worst quarterback league-wide in EPA per play. He has been a net negative. Now, I understand there aren't a ton of great options out there, but I believe there's probably 4 or 5 backups who are better than Zach Wilson, who can play the caretaker role that they need. A name that comes to mind for me, you guys know I was really high on his performance last year, Jacoby Brissett. Now, I don't know how much Washington would require to part ways with him. The Jets have a couple 4th-rounders and a 3rd. I think Washington should absolutely consider that if that's on the table, because that's quite the return for a backup quarterback. But to me, the Jets have to pick up the phone and make these calls, because if you just roll with Wilson, your season is not going to go anywhere.
I respectfully disagree. I think going with Zach Wilson and seeing what he is right now is the most logical decision for the Jets. I mean, the way I look at it is they don't need a caretaker to get to where they want to go. If they didn't need a caretaker, they would have signed Jimmy Garoppolo or Derek Carr. They went and got Aaron Rodgers to go beat Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, and Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. But that's not going to happen this year. Jacoby Brissett, my point is this, to go get Jacoby Brissett or Nick Foles or to get what, the 6th seed in the playoffs?
So but Zach Wilson is better than a caretaker? Is that what you're saying?
I think Zach Wilson has more unknown. Maybe Zach Wilson and the time with Aaron Rodgers and the great. I'm not sitting here telling everybody at home that this is still a Super Bowl caliber football team, nor am I telling everybody that Zach Wilson's going to become the guy that they thought he was going to be at the number 2 pick. But there are parts that are unknown about Zach Wilson with a little bit more of a different offense, a developed skill position group around him, an elite defense. Caretaker isn't who he is.
He had those things.
He didn't have those things, though. He didn't have Nathaniel Hackett's offense. He didn't have Elijah Vera Tucker last year. He didn't have Alan Lazard. So I'm not, I'm not disagreeing with you. But to sit here and say that they need a caretaker, that's not.
Marcus,
to go get what, the 6th seed and to get beat by a better quarterback, I think there's unknown talent that maybe they luck into in this situation.
Go, Swag.
This is honestly the hardest part about the decision, right? I lean more towards Mina because they went and got a quarterback because they felt like Zach Wilson was not the guy to take them where they needed to go. The people that know Zach Wilson the best is the New York Jets.
Right.
That's who knows him the best. I threw Taylor Heinicke name out there. Last time we saw him with a really good defense and his ability to play, make, and improv and go beyond the X's and O's physically, to me, makes this team. I don't think he needs to be a caretaker, but I think Taylor Heineke has done enough for you to have a really good sample size of what he can be. He also has familiarity with playing with a really good top-tier wide receiver in Garrett Wilson. Now, will he put the ball in harm's way at times? Yes. But I don't think any of these teams are winning Super Bowls with a quarterback that's afraid to put the ball in harm's way, more so than Zach Wilson playing afraid. And that's the thing that I get from Zach Wilson, is that he's so unsure about playing the position that he won't unlock, D.O., and that's my concern.
Hey, I say this with like the hands over my face emoji kind of peeking through. Graz, any sign of Brady here?
Well, he was in New York today. He posted something on Instagram playing basketball in New York City. So I think it's unlikely to impossible, like in that range. Even if he wanted to come out of retirement, which he has adamantly said over and over and over again that he does not. The Jets, Brady, it just doesn't seem – it seems like there's too many sort of emotional hurdles to clear on both sides of that potential equation. So, look, if they're going the veteran route and they're looking to trade, they're going to have to probably wait for somebody to fall out of the race to get a Ryan Tannehill or a Matthew Stafford or somebody like that. Otherwise, it's like Mina and Marcus are talking about picking through other teams' backups, and teams aren't really eager to trade their backups because why are we having this conversation? Quarterbacks get hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.